just barely at the beginning of understanding of what is the nature of consciousness. And I've thought a lot about what is consciousness? Where does consciousness arise? A density of like we don't know what the real answer is. We don't know what consciousness is.
I'm going to bring a correction to this statement that we don't know what consciousness is. In reality, most of us doesn't know what consciousness is, but some of us has transcended the mind and do know what consciousness is. So let me explain. To be conscious, you need a subject and an object to be conscious of. That implies duality, separation between the subject and the object. That is consciousness. So consciousness is the result of the mistake of the idea of separation, duality, two-ness. And it's a mistake. And it is from the domain of ego. And so I don't say that to uh, shock everyone, but to give an answer to this question that most of people here asking about consciousness. What is it? Consciousness is like a dream of separation. When you dream by night, also you can see what consciousness is, meaning that you are in your bed, you forget completely that you are in your bed, you create a subject in your dream and a word that appear to the subject through limited um, senses, perceptions. That is consciousness. And to be conscious, you need to be sleeping. That is the opposite of awakening. And the awakening is not conscious, it is awareness. Awareness is enlightenment, is the transcendence of the mind and the consciousness. And there is no consciousness when you are awake. There is only awareness of yourself because there is nothing else. Everyone that is awake, and when I say everyone, it's not plural, it's oneness. Oneness is the opposite of separation, is the opposite of duality, is the opposite of multiplicity. And it's also, there is no consciousness, there is only awareness when you are awake. So if you are conscious, that means that you are in the ego mind system that is projecting the whole universe of the dream of separation that we call the multiverse. The bodies are part of it, and they don't exist at all. So if you believe in this universe, you cannot be aware of what you are. You are just conscious of something appearing and disappearing in your dream of separation. And it's appearing and disappearing to a subject that is the ego mind, the subject, the hero of the dream that does not exist. And the consciousness does not exist. And the consciousness is projecting the whole universe. And the whole universe does not exist. In India, they call it Maya, or you can call it also the Matrix, the cosmic joke, the dream. Some people call it hell, but really it does not exist at all. So if you believe you are the ego mind, then consciousness is your box of limitation, and you cannot find the truth in the box of limitation. Only the awareness of what you really are inside your spirit and not the mind, spirit, is going to reveal what you are, and there is nothing else. So there is no duality, therefore there is no consciousness. Consciousness is an hallucination. And if you are looking for the truth inside the hallucination, you will never find it. Let's continue with the statement of Elon.
Assuming physics is true, the standard model of physics is true, then you have this Big Bang, the matter condensing into stars.
Okay, let's talk about the Big Bang. The Big Bang is a product of consciousness. That is an hallucination of separation, as I said. And it's the image of the split of the mind. It's born, quote unquote, because it's part of the illusion, so it's not really born, but it is born from fear. It's an explosion of fear, of split, of separation of the mind from the idea of separation that created consciousness. That is the first veil. Consciousness is the first veil. And then you have the split of this duality of consciousness. It's like what you see in the division of the cells. Consciousness is two-ness, and then it doesn't stop in the division of two-ness. It's split again, 4, 8, 16, 32. Division, 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 division. From the idea of separation that created the duality in the dream of consciousness and the projection of the universe, that is the effect on the screen that you can see as if you are in it, but in fact you are not the body, and so you are not in it. You are the one that is projecting that hallucination. So the Big Bang is really like you take a vase and you are so hungry, so in fear that you throw it on the floor and it explodes in many pieces of duality, multiplicity, to project the fear outside of your own spirit in duality and multiplicity. So yes, the universe is quote unquote born from a mistake. And before the universe, you have the consciousness that is projecting the universe. And before the consciousness, and it's not a before that is in space and time, because space and time does not exist neither. It's only a dream on the dream of separation. But before the consciousness, you have the solution of your only problem of separation, that is, it never happened. That's why we call it an hallucination, and that you can wake up from it. Otherwise, it will be your reality, and you will die and die and die as a small thing in space and time, in the world of multiplicity. Hopefully, it's not true, and you can wake up from it. But it is before the consciousness. You have to transcend the consciousness, and it is still in your spirit, but deeply buried under many veils. So I made a video, if you want to have more explanation about this, that you can find the link below on my website. The name of the video is Before the Beginning, when I speak of the before the beginning of the projection of the universe. What is projecting the universe and why it is still projecting it, and how to wake up from it. So you can find the link below. The name is Before the Beginning. Okay, let's continue with the statements of Ellen.
Those stars exploding, a lot of the atoms that are in your body right now were once at the center of stars. Those stars exploded, recondensed. Fast forward 13.8 billion years, and here we are.
So here there is a big mistake in this statement, because we are not made of atoms, because we are awareness, spirit, and the spirit is not atoms. And so it's the consciousness that is projecting the atoms, and we are not even the consciousness. So we are not at all anything from this universe, anything. And this is why quantum science and the researches in the accelerator of particles now discover that the matter do not exist, the time do not exist, the space do not exist, because if time does not exist, space-time does not exist. It's all in your mind. It's a projection of the universe in your mind. So it's a big mistake.
It is a remarkable organ. I mean, we are the brain, basically. When you say you, that really is, you're the brain.
Okay, so once again, it's a mistake. You are not the brain. You are not atom. You are not the body. And even now in the dream of this world, the neuroscientists, you can check on YouTube, and it's mainstream. They admit now that the consciousness is not a product of the brain, but it's the consciousness that is projecting the universe and the brain. So we are going far beyond in this video from the universe and consciousness. That is really nothing.
So you are your brain.
No, you are not.